Hey everybody, it's Greenwood again with another tutorial video. In today's video I'll be talking about multiplying polynomials. So we'll start with a few steps and then we'll do a few example problems. So here are your steps. You can read them on the screen. So we need to follow a few steps. So make sure we do some factoring. If we completely factor all expressions, that'll help us identify step 2, which is common factors, which are identical expressions that can be canceled. So really what we're looking for here is things we can cancel out and to reduce and simplify. Yeah, and then we'll write our simplified answer. And then step 4, which we'll talk about in a future video, we'll talk about determining extraneous values, or values that basically make it blow up and not work. Okay, again, so really we want to think about 3 things. So we want to think about factor, cancel, simplify, kind of in those three things in order. So I'm going to start by going just away from that for a second and talk about a level 1 example. So here's my level 1 example. I've written it twice to show you 2 different strategies. So what I'm looking for is things that cancel, and they have to be identical top and bottom. So I've got an R variable there, those cancel. Got a 9 and a 9, those cancel. And when everything cancels, there's just a 1 left over. So this is like 9 times 1, 9R times 1. So that would be step 1 is to cancel. There's no factoring to happen here. And then step 3, we'll just multiply it. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 5 times 1 is 5. So 2/5 is my simplified answer. Another way, if you didn't follow all the canceling, is to multiply first, then cancel. And this works nice with monomials, so 1 terms. So 9 times 2 is 18. So 18R over 5 times 9 is 45. So 45R. And then you can use the factor pair chart to find out common factors. Now, once I've multiplied, then I can simplify. So I notice I can cancel an R in both places. I also notice that from looking at my factor chart, 9 goes into 18 twice, and it goes into 45 5 times. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 times 9. Well, actually, no, I'm going to rewrite it as, what did I say, 9 times 2. I wrote that backwards from how I wanted to. And 45 I'll rewrite as 9 times 5. So now we can clearly see the 9's cancel, and I'm left with 2 over 5, which is the same answer I got with the first strategy. So both of these strategies are identical. They both work. I don't care which one you use. Whichever preference you have is totally fine. So that's level 1 examples. Level 2, we're going to binomials here. But what we're looking for is, again, things that cancel. And these actually start out pretty simple as long as we follow the rules. So we can only cancel over multiplication, not over addition or subtraction. So anytime I see binomials and things combined with pluses or minuses, I'm going to group them together, put them in parentheses, and look for any common factors besides 1. So n plus 4, 1 goes into both things, but that's it. So I grouped it. Same thing here with the n plus 6. Now we're looking for identical factors top and bottom. So I notice I've got an n plus 6 here on top and bottom. I notice I've got an n plus 8 here, bottom, 1 up here on the top. And nothing else cancels. Remember, these are 1s that are left over, not 0s. So 5 times 1 is 5. N plus 4 times 1 is just the quantity n plus 4. It doesn't have to be written in parentheses. Again, like I said, I like to, so I remember that it's a whole group, and I'd have to have a whole n plus 4 group to cancel it. So I can't cancel an n or cancel a 4. It's got to be the whole group. Okay, that's level 2. Level 3, let's look at an example, maybe 2 here. So the difference between level 2, what we just saw, and level 3 is we need to do some step 1 factoring to get our level 2 problems to look like our level 3 problems. So again, from my factor pair chart, which is in Teams, or you can email me and I will email it to you. I look for my GCF. My GCF for 8 and 36 is 4. That's where my 4 came from. My n plus 9, I had no common factor. And so now at this point, I'm looking at 2n plus 9, n plus 9. Those do not cancel because they're not identical factors. This one's got a 2 in front of the n. This one has a 1 in front of the n. So they're not exactly the same. Close, but not quite. They have to be the exact same factors or groups to cancel. Okay, so I did my factoring. And now I'm looking for common factors. So I notice I've got a 3 top and bottom. My 2n plus 9, actually, I got another 2n plus 9 here. So those will cancel. And then now this looks like a level 2 problem that we just went through and canceled. And now I'm left with 4 on the numerator and n plus 9. I think that'll look a little better, more readable on the bottom. Again, remember I said that the parentheses are optional there. Okay. All right, so that simplifies to 4 over n plus 9. We'll take out one more example. This one's got some heavier duty factoring in it, making it a little more difficult. So we have 6m is my common factor for 6m squared and 60m. That'll simplify to m. 6m times n plus 10. This one is a special trinomial, so you can factor with the box. I've got some videos on that. You can go check it out on my channel. So this will factor to m plus 10, m minus 4. And then I've got an m minus 4 here. Again, no common factor besides 1, so I'll group it. And I've got 10 times m here. Okay, now let's cancel. So I notice an m plus 10, m plus 10. My m plus 4s cancel. I notice my m's cancel. And so that would simplify to 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 10 is 10. And then I notice these are both even numbers, so I'm going to double check my factor pair chart. I notice 2 goes into both of them. So 2 times 3 over 2 times 5. That looks like a times, not a minus. So now I can cancel the 2's. And I am left with 3 over 5. So some of these work out really nice where all kinds of stuff cancels. And some of these work out where not everything cancels and they don't end up quite as nice and neat. Okay. All right, that's it. The next video I will be talking about excluded values to go with multiplication, and might be after the division video. Hope this helped, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.